So in this question, we'll be using parallelism. So parallelism is used mostly if we have a list. So all the items or all the actions in that list should have the same structure. Example, so here we have one view of the economy contends that a large drop in oil prices should eventually lead to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I, 8, X and Y, Z, and something else. That's the form. Okay, so lowering of interest rates and fears about inflation. So X and Y is lowered, that's why they are in one category, X and Y. Then increase in stock price, okay, a rally in stock price, and a weakening of the dollar. So these are the three categories of things happening. Now weakening is a noun, weakening of is a noun. Rally in stock prices, it's also a noun. Lowering fears, now this is not a noun. So when we use ing form as a noun, it has to be ing of, okay, like a weakening of, lowering of. So it's between B and C because of that thing. Second, lowering of interest rates and fears about inflation. So interest rates and fears about inflation are getting lowered. Here lowering of interest rates along with fears about inflation. Now what about fears? They're getting up, they're getting down, we don't know. But in the question we have a clear-cut idea, clear-cut meaning that interest rates and fears about inflation are getting lowered. So it doesn't tell me whether the fears are getting high or low. So that's why this is out. B is the right answer. In this question, first split is, if we strike off this thing, possible consequences may include, okay, possible and may, these are creating redundancy. No question in GMAT, no correct option in GMAT will have redundancy. So possible, may, okay, they both give me a probability of something. Okay, nothing is fixed, it's probable. So anything that includes may is out. So it's between D and E. Okay. So they include melting the polar ice caps and sea levels that are rising. So sea levels that are rising is a noun. And melting the polar caps, melting is not noun. Okay, remember, ing with of would be a noun. So melting of and a rise in sea level, both are nouns. So this is the right option. Again here, if we see the first split, simultaneously with but independently of. So and, but, that, these are three indicators of parallelism. Okay, and means the thing with before and after and. The thing before but and after but should be parallel. They should have same structure. So simultaneously with, now independently of is not underlined, so this is the right, independently of is the right usage. Okay, this is the right proposition. So simultaneously with should be the right one. Simultaneously with is right. Simultaneously with, correct. Simultaneously with is not used, this is out. Simultaneously with is not used, simultaneously with is fine. So this is one thing. Now between A, B and E, let's see what other split we have. Syria have yielded, yields have yielded. Okay, yields is a present tense. So that were cut, So that were is in past, so it cannot have yields, that cannot have present tense here. So B is out because of that. Now between A and E, another split is were rising versus arose. Now if I say it was raining for 3 hours versus it rained for 3 hours. So this is wrong, this is right. Was raining cannot be used for a duration. It can only be used for a moment, like it was raining when I reached. So when I reaching there is a moment. It's not a duration. So was raining is correct only if it is a moment. So this is out. So if it is a duration, rained is the better usage. That's the answer. Let's see one sentence. The Taj Mahal, built hundreds of years ago, is a masterpiece of architecture, let's say. Okay, now this within the comma, built hundreds of years ago, this refers to the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal was built hundreds of years ago, and this is called a modifier. So the modifier refers to the noun. Now I can also start the sentence with the modifier, built hundreds of years ago, the Taj Mahal is a masterpiece of so and so. Now this modifier again refers to the noun, so it should immediately follow with the noun. That's a right usage. So let's see the parallelism here. So it's a list. In the list we might have all verbs, all adjectives, or all nouns. Now if you see here, 40 feet wide, 12 feet deep. Adjective, but it ran. It's a verb, out. Okay, all should be either adjectives or verbs or all nouns. Again here, adjective, but running. It's also adjective. We'll keep it. Adjective, verb, out. Adjective, verb, out. Adjective. We'll keep it. Okay, so that's one thing. So it's between B and E, right? So let's see the difference between B and E, right? If in E, let's see. So in the sentences with modifier, okay, even if we strike off the modifier, the whole sentence still makes sense. The Taj Mahal is a masterpiece, built hundreds of years ago. The Taj Mahal is a masterpiece. Okay, so in E, let's say we strike off the modifier. What is left of the sentence? The Erie Canal, connecting the Hudson River at Albany to the Great Lakes at Buffalo, providing the port of New York City with direct link, and so it's not a full sentence. There is no verb here. Okay, it's called a fragment. Right. Read it again. You'll see it's not even a sentence. B is the right option. Okay, so let's try to see how many parallelisms we have here. So almost a decade after New York State passed laws for so and so, 12 hospitals have been investigated by state medical officials. So 12 hospitals have been investigated, and investigation has happened, 12 hospitals were investigated, investigation. So an investigation have found out is wrong, an investigation has found out is right. Okay, investigation has found out is right. So now what has they found out? They have found out finding that X, it should be that Y, okay, that X, that Y, and that Z. Now this that is missing here, it's out. So found X, that Y, and Z. Okay, that is used only at once, this is out. Found that X, that Y, that say Z is fine as of now. X without that, Y without that, and Z without that. Now when we have these verbs like found, discovered, these are called reporting verbs. Okay, so they must have a that. I mean, this is a preferred usage. Reported that, discovered that, found that. Okay, so E, if we see all 12 consistently break, found that, but there is no that here, that is missing here, this is also out. C is the right usage. So let's see in this question. First thing is frequently and virtually. Now frequently and virtually is fine. Frequent and virtually, this is wrong. Frequently, virtually, frequent and virtually out. Frequently, virtually, fine. So between A, C and D. Now if we read the sentence, researchers have found that individuals, okay, who have been blind from birth, and that they will gesture. Who will gesture? The people who have been blind from birth, they'll gesture. So that individuals and that they will gestures. So that they'll gesture is fine. There is no that out. There is no that out. A is the right one. Now if you read the sentence, the 30 species that make up the dolphin family are closely related to whales, and in fact include. Now this include is for which noun? The 32 species include. Okay, now includes is out, includes is out. After that, which can grow? Growing as big, growing as big. Now growing refers to the whole clause before the comma. Okay, now what is growing? Just the killer whale or the whole phrase is growing? Just the killer whale. So growing would be wrong usage here. Okay, growing would refer, or growing modifies the whole clause after before this. So now which can grow? What can grow? The killer whale. So this is the right usage. A is the right answer. Here also, while studying the genetic makeup of corn. Now this is a modifier. Okay, while studying. Who is studying? That's the question. Okay, Barbara is studying. So it should immediately have Barbara. Okay, out of C, D and E, it led, the discovery led, okay, leading. Now it led, what led? The discovery led. Okay, now it doesn't give me any indicator as to what led. It is not, I mean, it refers to mutant genes? No, it cannot. It has to refer to the discovery. So either it refers to the mutant genes or it refers to the whole thing. Okay, if you see this E option, Barbara, who discovered a new class of mutant genes. Now remove the modifier and read the sentence. Barbara leading to a greater understanding of the cell differentiation. This is not even a sentence, this is a fragment. Okay, read it again. While studying the genetic makeup of corn, a new class discovered, Barbara leading to, so it's not a sentence, it's a fragment. It doesn't have a verb. The verb is missing. Now D is the right answer. Barbara McClintock discovered a new class of mutant genes, a discovery that led, okay, the discovery led to something else. This is the right answer. In this question, the greatest road system built in Americas prior to the arrival of Christopher Columbus, the Incan Highway, which was 2,500 miles long and extending from northern Ecuador through Peru to southern Chile. Now, which within the comma is wrong, okay? Which has to have some modifier. I mean, only which within the comma is wrong. It has to be which was so and so. Then comma would have made some sense. This is totally out. Okay. Now between B, C and D, extended, E has extending. Now if you see, the whole sentence is an active voice or passive voice. Active voice would be I built the highway and extended it to so and so. That is the right usage. It's an active voice, it's the right usage. If I write something in passive, which is the highway was built, okay, the way it is written here, the Incheon highway was built and extended. Now this gives a meaning that the highway is extending something. Okay, the highway is not extending, it was extended. Okay, so or the highway was built for so and so, extending from so and so to that point. Okay, now between D and E, the Incheon highway, if you read again, being over 2,500 miles in length, that's the wrong modifier. Okay, being is the wrong modifier, so that's why D is out. C is out because it uses extended with passive voice. E is the right option. Now this is a very good question which checks you on the modified usage. Scientists have recently discovered that ultra thin layered construction of a butterfly's wings, the same as the one making some butterfly shimmer via the phenomena of iridescence. Now this is the modifier, we can just remove it. Are enabling. What is enabling? The construction is enabling. So construction is singular, are is wrong. This is out. Okay. B, wings, which is the same one that makes some butterflies shimmer via the phenomena of iridescence, that also enables the insect to control how much heat. This is a fragment, it's not a complete sentence. Okay, read it again by removing this. Let's read it. Scientists have recently discovered that ultra thin layered construction of butterflies' wings that also enables, so this is not a sentence. Wings is the same as the one that makes some butterfly shimmer via the phenomena of iridescence. Enabling. Now what enables? The construction enables. Now ing refers to the whole clause. Okay, it seems that the scientists have discovered and the discovery is enabling something. This is wrong. Wings, the same construction that makes some butterflies shimmer via the phenomena of iridescence, also enables. This is the right usage. Wings of the same construction that makes butterflies shimmer via the phenomena, okay, of the same construction. Scientists have recently discovered that the ultra thin layered construction of a butterfly's wings of the same construction. This is totally wrong, it doesn't make any sense. This is out. So D is the right usage. Now in this question, option A, as they arranged, they doesn't have any antecedent. What does they refer to? Okay, there is no antecedent in the whole sentence. So A and D are out because of that. B, as a bouquet of roses had been just picked. Now past perfect tense is used in a wrong way here. Past perfect is used if we have two events, one event is done before the other event, and the other event, the other action has been, or it will be shown with the simple past tense, which is missing, so he is out. D. During the arrangement of a bouquet of roses just picked from his garden in a vase, it gives me a feeling that garden is in a vase. That's the meaning that it conveys. This is out. C is the perfect choice. So the artist Renoir's last word was flowers, as a bouquet of roses just picked from his garden was being arranged in a vase. Okay, this is totally fine. And this question, first of all, it's would versus will. Now, will is used if the prediction is made in present, and would is used if the prediction is made in the past. It says the wildlife expert predicts. That means it's happening in present. So would and should are out. Will fail if the density of the timber wolf population is greater. So density is singular. D is right. Will fail if the timber wolf density were more numerous. Density cannot be more numerous. Were more numerous. This is out. D is the right choice.